Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that most men don't understand but need to immediately get through their heads. If she loves you, she just might ignore you. Now that sounds backwards, right? Sounds crazy, but oh, it's real. See, women, real women, they don't always love loud. They don't always chase, and they damn sure don't beg. Women love different. They love from the soul. It ain't about flash or surface or what you say on a good day. When a woman falls for you, she falls deep. She's not loving the image of you. She's loving your flaws, your silence, your habits, your dreams, your hustle, and even the stuff you try to hide. But here's the part that most men miss. She don't just give all of that love away without watching how you carry it. A real woman, the kind that's been through some life, the kind that's been bruised but not broken, the kind that's been played but never stopped believing in love. That woman, she don't test you with her words. She tests you with her silence. She tests you with her distance. She loves you, yes, but she also watches you closely. Now look, when I say she tests your value, I don't mean she's playing games. This ain't some manipulative move. This ain't about making you chase her around the room or beg for her attention. Nah, this is way deeper than that. This is a woman trying to see if the love she's investing in is safe, is smart, is worth it. Because when a woman loves, she's putting her future on the line. Her peace, her energy, her identity. And any woman who's been through pain, real pain, knows she can't afford to just fall for the first man who looks good in her messages but disappears in real life. So how does she test your value? Quietly, subtly. She pulls back a little and watches how you react. She gives you space and sees if you close the gap. She stops texting first. She waits to see if you notice. And when you don't, when you're too busy, too distracted, too self-absorbed to pick up on it, that's when she starts making decisions. That's when the clock starts ticking. Because see, love to a woman ain't just about how you treat her when you're in the mood. It's how you treat her when things are quiet, when the excitement wears off, when there's nothing in it for you but showing up because she matters. She doesn't want you to be perfect. She wants to know you're present. She wants to know you see her, that you value her, not because she's loud, not because she demands your attention, but because you know her worth when she's silent. Fellas, a woman's love is like a vault. It's heavy, it's deep, and it don't open for just anybody. If you're lucky enough to be standing in front of that vault, don't act like you can just walk away and it'll still be open when you come back. It don't work like that. She's giving you access to her heart, her mind, her loyalty, her trust. But make no mistake, all of that is being monitored quietly, carefully. She's watching how you respond when she's not easy to read. She's watching who you become when she stops making it easy. And the truth is, women don't want to test you. They have to. Because the world is full of smooth talkers, of I love you in the morning, and who is she by midnight? They've seen it, felt it, been left broken by it. So now when they love with eyes wide open. They love with their heart in one hand and their self-worth in the other. That's why she might seem distant sometimes. That's why she might not chase. That's why she might go quiet. Not because she doesn't love you, but because she does. And she needs to know, do you love her back the same way? She's not looking for someone to save her. She's looking for someone who doesn't give her a reason to guard herself. Someone who makes her feel safe to love out loud because he's shown he can handle it when she's quiet. A real woman's love is silent but deep. It's steady, but it shakes your soul. And if you can't feel it when she's pulling back, you're not paying attention. Because women don't love halfway. They just love wisely. And if she's testing your value in silence, it's because she's hoping you prove her heart right, not make her regret giving it away. You ever walk in a room and feel like something's off, but nobody says a word? That's what it feels like when a woman goes silent. See, men are wired different. We think if she ain't complaining, she must be fine. If she ain't arguing, then we're good. But what we fail to realize is when a woman truly loves you and she starts going quiet, that ain't peace. That's pain. A woman will repeat herself 100 times in the beginning. She'll tell you what hurts her, what she needs, what she's afraid of. But if she keeps saying it and all you do is nod or say, I'll do better, and never follow through, she stops talking. Not because it's not important, but because now she's talking to herself. And let me tell you something, when a woman starts talking to herself instead of you, you're already losing her. See, a lot of men confuse silence with attitude. We think she's being moody or dramatic, but nah, bruh. That silence, that's her heart talking. That's her soul saying, I'm tired. That's her saying, I begged, I've cried, I've tried, now I'm just watching. Because at some point, a woman decides that her peace is louder than her pain, and instead of arguing with you, she starts pulling back. Instead of telling you how to fix it, she starts fixing herself. She starts building walls where she used to open doors. She starts choosing quiet, not because she don't care, but because she cared too much. Fellas, if your woman ain't talking to you the way she used to, that's not your cue to relax, that's your warning sign. That's the flashing red light on your dashboard that says, pay attention, something's breaking. And if you wait too long, if you ignore that silence like it's nothing, you're going to wake up one day and she won't be there to go silent anymore. She'll be gone. And when she's gone, she won't write a letter. She won't explain. She won't make a scene. She'll just vanish quietly, the same way she suffered. The women with depth and heart and loyalty, they don't always express pain with tears. They express it with distance, with I'm fine when they're clearly not. With nights they go to bed facing the wall instead of you. And they're hoping, praying you feel it, that you step in, that you sit down and say, baby, what's wrong? I see you hurt and talk to me. But when that moment never comes, that's when silence becomes permanent. You got to understand, a woman's silence is never empty. It's full of everything she couldn't say without breaking. It's filled with disappointments, unanswered questions, unmet needs, and moments where she felt alone even when you were sitting right next to her. And when she goes quiet, she's hoping your actions speak louder than her voice ever could. A woman in love wants to be understood, not just heard, understood. And silence is her last attempt at making you feel what she's been feeling. Not because she wants to punish you, but because she's tired of explaining herself to someone who stopped listening. That's when she starts asking herself if this is what love is supposed to feel like. And if the answer is no, she won't shout, she won't scream. She'll just leave you with your peace and her silence. So don't wait until she's gone to start listening. Don't wait until the house is cold and quiet to wish you had paid more attention. If the woman who used to light up when you walk in the room now barely looks your way, brother, that ain't a mood swing. That's a message. That silence, that's her loudest cry. And if you're a real man, you'll hear it before it's too late. Let me tell you something that'll save a lot of men from losing a good woman. When she pulls back, when she gets distant, when she stops showing up the way she used to, it's not because she stopped caring. It's because she's protecting her heart. See, when a woman starts falling for you, really falling for you, it's one of the most vulnerable things she can do. She's putting her trust in your hands. She's letting you see the parts of her that the world don't get to see. And that ain't easy. That's not just some cute little romantic thing. That's a risk, a real one. Because every woman carries a history, a past full of promises that weren't kept, love that wasn't returned, and men who said the right things but did the wrong ones. So when she starts falling, part of her is hoping this time it's safe, that this time the love won't leave her hanging. But if she starts to feel like she's giving more than she's getting, if she starts to feel like you're not showing up the way she is, she won't cause a scene. She won't start a war. She'll just pull back. Now, this is the part that confuses most men. We see that distance and think she's losing interest. We think she's being dramatic or playing hard to get or trying to manipulate us. Nah, man, that ain't it. What's really happening is she's checking herself. She's pulling back because her heart's involved now. And she's realizing that maybe yours, or maybe it is, but you ain't showing it. And she's not about to let herself keep pouring into something that feels one-sided, because she's been there and it damn near broke her. A good woman doesn't ask for much. She wants effort. She wants consistency. She wants presence. She wants to feel that you're in it with her, not just when it's convenient or easy, but even when it's uncomfortable. So when she starts seeing signs that you're slipping, when the good mornings stop, when the dates get lazy, when the conversations feel forced, when you start asking how she feels, that's when she starts stepping back, not to hurt you, not to teach you a lesson, but to protect herself, because she knows how it feels to care too much for someone who didn't care enough. She remembers what it was like to give and still feel empty. And this time, she promised herself she wouldn't go through that again. So now she guards her peace. Now she listens to the signs. Now she watches more than she speaks. And if something feels off, she'll pull back quietly, praying you notice, praying you care enough to ask her why. But here's the twist. Most men don't notice until it's too late. They think she's just being moody. They think she's being distant for no reason. They don't realize that behind that silence is a woman crying inside, a woman scared to get her heart broken again, a woman still hoping you'll show her she's safe with you. And if you miss that moment, if you don't step in and reassure her, if you don't make her feel seen and secure, she'll let go. She'll walk away, not because she didn't love you, but because she loved herself enough to stop waiting on you to love her back the way she deserves. So many good women are misunderstood in these moments. So many get labeled as cold, complicated, too much, or hard to read. But the truth is, they're just tired of being the only one fighting. And that pullback, that's her way of saying, I need you to meet me halfway. Or, I'm done walking alone. If a woman starts pulling away, don't brush it off. Don't match her distance with more distance. That's how you lose her. That's how a woman who once gave you everything slowly gives you nothing. And when she's gone, you'll remember that moment, the moment she pulled back, and wish you had leaned in instead of letting her go. Because she didn't pull back because she stopped caring. She pulled back because she cared too much and you didn't notice. Let me break something down for every man out there who thinks ignoring her means she'll chase harder. You got it twisted. A woman who truly loves you isn't ignoring you to punish you. She's ignoring you to see if you care enough to notice. And that right there, that's a test you better not fail. Because she ain't trying to play games with you. She's trying to see if your love for her is real or just something you say when the mood is right. See, women are emotional detectives. They pick up on energy, on effort, on patterns. They know when your I love you don't hit the same. They know when you're distracted, when your attention is slipping, when the fire's dying out. And if a woman starts to feel like she's slowly disappearing in your world, like she's becoming part of the background noise, she will pull away. She will stop reaching out. And yes, she will ignore you. Not because she doesn't love you, but because she's waiting to see if you love her back enough to care. A woman wants to feel like she matters, not just with words, but with presence, with action. And when she stops texting first, stops calling, stops asking how your day was, and you don't even flinch, you don't check in, you don't ask if something's wrong, you don't even notice, that's when the truth hits her. That maybe she's been giving love to someone who doesn't see her. And let me tell you something, there ain't nothing more heartbreaking to a woman than feeling invisible to the one she gave her heart to. She's not ignoring you for attention. She's ignoring you to see if she has your attention in the first place. She's giving you the silence, not out of spite, but because she wants to see how loud her absence feels in your life. Does it echo? Does it bother you? Or do you just move on like nothing happened? Because here's the thing. When a woman loves, she gives you the small things, the check-ins, the support, the care, the listening, the little thinking of you text. But if those things start to feel one-sided, if she keeps pouring into you and gets nothing back, she starts to wonder if it's love or just habit. If you're really there with her or just along for the ride until something better comes along. So she backs off, she goes quiet, she creates space, and she waits. That's not a game, that's survival. That's her emotional intuition kicking in, saying, let me stop talking and see what his silence says. Because silence speaks, my brother. It speaks real loud. And if you're the type of man who doesn't hear it, you're going to lose something priceless while you're out here thinking she's just acting different. This moment right here, when she ignores you, that's your window. That's your chance to show her you're awake, that you feel her energy shifting and you care enough to ask why, that you ain't just with her when it's easy, but you're tuned in when something feels off, that you see her pulling back and instead of pulling away too, you lean in and say, talk to me. I know something's wrong. I don't want to lose you. But too many men miss that moment. Too many brush it off, wait for her to come back, wait for her to get over it. And by the time they realize she's not ignoring him, she's reconsidering him, it's too late. She's already disconnected, already moving on mentally, already healing from a love that made her feel unseen. A woman doesn't want to have to beg you to see her. She just wants to know that you notice her even when she's not loud, even when she's not being extra, even when she goes quiet. That's when your love gets tested, not when she's in your arms, but when she's in her corner, waiting to see if you'll come find her. So when she ignores you, don't get mad, don't take it personal, don't match her silence with more silence. That's not strength, that's ego. What's real strength? Seeing the shift, feeling the space, and walking into it to say, I'm here, I still care, let's fix this. Because a woman who loves you is always listening, even when she's not saying a word. The question is, are you? Let's get this straight right now. When a woman stops talking, it's not always because she doesn't know what to say. Sometimes it's because she said it too many times and you still ain't heard her. She's not quiet because she doesn't care. She's quiet because she's tired. Tired of repeating herself, tired of explaining what she needs, how she feels, what's hurting her. Tired of saying the same things over and over and watching you nod, say, I'll work on it, only to go right back to doing what broke her in the first place. See, women don't walk away all at once. It don't happen overnight. It's a slow fade. A piece of her starts leaving every time you dismiss what she says. Every time you roll your eyes at how she feels, every time you call her too emotional or say, not this again, that right there, that's how men lose good women. Not because she stopped loving you, but because you stopped listening when she tried to love you out loud. A real woman doesn't ask for too much. What she's asking for is effort, consideration, a little understanding. She's asking you to care enough to remember what matters to her. She's asking you to meet her halfway. And when she keeps asking and nothing changes, when she keeps pouring her heart out and nothing shifts, she starts to realize that her words ain't getting through, that you hear her voice but not her message, that you're present in the room but absent in the relationship. So she stops, she shuts down, not out of anger, not out of bitterness, but out of exhaustion. There's a kind of heartbreak that comes from loving someone who keeps making you feel like your feelings are a burden. You ever felt that? That heavy silence in the room where love used to live? That's not peace. That's a woman who's been talked over, talked down to, or just flat out ignored for so long, she doesn't even have the energy to try anymore. That's a woman who's been so strong for so long, now she's running on fumes. And it's not because she wants to walk away. It's because staying and constantly having to explain herself is breaking her spirit. Now, some men don't get it. They think if she's not yelling, she must be over it. If she's not complaining, everything must be cool, but that's not peace, brother. That's resignation. That's her realizing that her words have fallen on deaf ears for so long, it's not worth saying anything anymore. She's gone quiet because you taught her that speaking up changes nothing. Let me tell you, that woman used to fight for you. Don't forget that. She used to speak up because she wanted to fix things, because she believed in the love you two had. Every time she brought something up, it wasn't to nag, it was to heal. She wasn't attacking you, she was trying to reach you, trying to pull you closer, even if it came out messy. But instead of hearing her, you got defensive. Instead of understanding her, you dismissed her. So now she doesn't say much, she just watches. She just waits. And when a woman gets to that point, when her silence becomes more consistent than her voice, you're already losing her. A woman's silence isn't an empty space. It's full of all the things she wanted to say but gave up on. It's full of frustration, sadness, confusion, disappointment. It's full of, I tried to tell you, and I wish you would have listened. And trust me, when a woman is quiet, that doesn't mean she's okay with what's happening. It means she doesn't believe you'll change what's happening. That's the difference. So if your woman has gone quiet, if the arguments have stopped and the room feels cold, don't take that as a sign that she's finally cool with everything. Take it as a sign that she's finally given up trying to make you understand. And if you care, really care, that's your wake-up call. Not to ask what's wrong now, but to ask yourself, what have I ignored for so long that made her stop talking to me altogether? Because when a woman stops talking, it's not because she's fine, it's because she's finished, or at least getting there. And if you love her, don't wait until she's out the door to finally hear what she's been saying all along. Fellas, listen to me. There comes a moment in every relationship where a woman starts pulling away and you're sitting there confused, wondering what happened. She used to blow up your phone, now it's quiet. She used to light up when you walked in the room, now it's like you don't even exist. And what you might not realize is that her distance, that silence, that cold shoulder you're feeling, that ain't her saying she's done. That's her praying you'll show up. That's her hoping you'll chase her, not let her slip through your fingers. See, when a woman loves you, I mean truly loves you, her first instinct is to give. She gives her time, her attention, her care, her heart. Sometimes before you even ask for it. But when she starts to feel like she's the only one giving, when she starts to feel like you're just coasting on the comfort of having her, she gets scared. Not scared of love, but scared of loving alone. That's when the shift happens. She starts to wonder, if I stop calling, will he call me? If I stop trying, will he even notice? Will he let me drift? Or will he fight for me? And that's where the test begins. See, her ignoring you isn't her checking out. It's her checking in, existing in her heart of whether or not you see her slipping and care enough to pull her back in. Because she doesn't want to feel like she's the only one holding the relationship together. She wants to know that if she lets go just a little, you'll grab her hand and say, nah, baby, I'm still here. I still want this. I still want you. A woman doesn't want to have to beg for your love. She doesn't want to chase you down to prove her worth. She wants to feel chosen every day, not just when things are good, but when things get rocky, when emotions run high, when she starts pulling back out of fear, out of tiredness, out of frustration. She wants to know that when she stops running toward you, you won't stand still. You'll run after her. But here's where a lot of men mess it up. Instead of chasing her, they mirror her distance. Oh, she ignoring me? Bet. I'll ignore her too. That ego response, that pride talking, that's how you lose a woman who was only trying to see if you cared enough to notice the difference. Her silence wasn't meant to push you away. It was meant to wake you up. But if you answer her cry for connection with more silence, she'll take that as confirmation that she was never worth the chase to begin with. Real talk, man. Women want to feel seen. They want to feel pursued. And it's not about playing games. It's about reassurance. about knowing that if they stop pouring for a minute, you'll step up and pour into them. That if they fall back, you'll lean forward. That they don't always have to be the one fixing things, checking in, holding on. Sometimes she just wants to know you're paying attention. That you care enough to say, I notice you've changed. Let's talk. I'm not going to lose you without a fight, because deep down, she wants to stay. She wants to be loved the way she's been loving. She wants to be pursued like she's worthy of the effort. She wants to feel like you don't just want her when she's giving her all, but even when she's tired, even when she's scared, even when she's unsure. And when she starts ignoring you, that's her moment of weakness. That's her saying, please, if you care, come get me. Don't let pride cost you something that love could have saved. Don't let your silence speak louder than her cry for connection. When a woman loves you, she doesn't want to walk away. She just wants to know that you'll come after her when she does. That's it. That's the whole truth. So if she's pulling away, don't just let her go. Chase her. Not because she ran, but because you love her enough not to let her keep running alone.